Pepe holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Shout out to you guys. You guys know who you are. Let's take a closer look at Pepe, see what's happening today, and what we could be expecting for Pepe as we are obviously going further into the week. So if you're looking across the board, we're seeing a lot of green right now, and that is all thanks to none other than the king of the market, which is Bitcoin. If you did watch my H-bar update, you guys know exactly what's going on. If not, we're obviously going to discuss that in this Pepe update. But looking across the board, we are seeing a lot of green. Trump coin up 12.4%, Fard coin right behind it, 10.4%. You're looking at WIF, Pepe, Bonk, and you're noticing a little bit of a trend between all these projects. These are meme coins. Meme coins actually are gaining momentum yet again. With even though the dominance is sitting at about almost 64%, meme coins really are, starting to show strength once again, which again does tend to happen, when Bitcoin does break out. I'm kind of, looking into the previous move for Bitcoin. You did see, meme coins really having a field day, with Bitcoin push. Are we going to see that happening again? We'll see, but so far, so good. If you're looking at Pepe, it's about to go up to this 1400 zone. It's CoinGecko is a little behind. When I pull out the charts, we are actually closer to 1400, up about 2.3% in pretty much, Bitcoin and, in USD and Ethereum comparative. We're only up about 1% in Bitcoin comparative. Market cap at about $5.8 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume maintaining its level at about 1.5 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So holder count, 436,153 holders for none other than Pepe. So of course, increasing day in, day out. Nothing new when it comes to that. But let's take a closer look at the broader meme coin market. So exactly what I told you, you're looking at the broader meme coin market valuation up 3% over the last 24 hours. And that's all thanks to Bitcoin and pretty much everything over the last 24 hours except a few handful coins. A lot of the big boys. You can clearly see this for yourself. We could go down all the way to maybe, the Brett. Everything seems to be up at this point. And of course, some coins are down, but majority are actually up right now, which of course is very, very exciting to see. Trump coin is picking up steam right now. Obviously, its valuation is still, quite far off from Pepe. Maybe it does take over the third spot because, of course, the narrative behind itself is quite large. It has seen quite a large, retracement. So, bulls really push it towards that level. We'll see. But Pepe currently is top third. The narrative itself is really strong behind it as well. I really would love to see Pepe at second spot. I've been talking about this for the longest time. I might sound like a broken record, but it really needs to happen. Just look at this. All you need to do is look at the 24-hour trading volume. I think that speaks a lot. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening. If you're looking at Bitcoin dominance here, we're looking at the dominance sitting at about 63.91%. Pretty high compared to obviously the last, 1 week, which of course is something that shouldn't really surprise you because, Bitcoin is literally breaking out. Bitcoin is, gaining a lot of steam, and, Bitcoin is on the verge of breaking towards an all-time high. So, that's very, very exciting, for the market as a whole. So that's really nice. If you're looking at Pepe, here we have it. Look at the price. We're actually sitting at 13.97, and CoinGecko is a little behind at 13.79. So that is really nice to see, of course. Actually, let's take a look at Pepe price on an hourly perspective. So here we have it. Pretty much since the beginning of May, we have been in this accumulation pattern. And look at this resistance that was retested the last few days, and we are about to retest it again, especially around this 1418 zone. If this is able to flip out, expect 1531 to be the next target that we are going to be aiming, which is going to be an additional 10% from where we currently are. And of course, that kind of puts the price of Pepe, I think, pretty much on the neckline. If you were to go 10, yeah, so literally right exactly at that resistance, and obviously, breaking out of that could push us up to the 1715, which again is such an important level to break out of because, after that, all-time high conversations really begin for Pepe, and that's how exciting things can really start looking. So from there on, we're looking at about, you could say a 64% move just for Pepe to break towards or retest an all-time high. And especially with the steam, Bitcoin has for its side, I think, that is a very near possibility for us to see. So, buckle up, Pepe holders, things are starting to really heat up this time around. Lock those profits in. I cannot stress this enough. At the end of the day, these are meme coins. No matter how excited you are about Pepe, you want to lock in profits at the end of the day, or all the other whales will do so. And I'm sure you don't want to see that happening. So lock those profits in when you see them. Love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you later. Crypto ZX and peace out.